Thank you for joining me. Let us continue our reading of this book by URIAH Smith, the original book published in 1897. We are now reading the chapter Revelation 14, verses 6 to 12. Our Father in heaven, have mercy upon all of us. May we know and we appreciate and prepare for what is to come, I pray. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Revelation chapter 14, verses 6 to 12. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation, kindred, and tongue, and people. Saying with a loud voice, fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come. For the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day or nor night. Worship the beast in his image. And whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God, the faith of Jesus. The first message. Another scene, another chain of prophetic events is introduced in these verses. We know that this is so because the preceding verses of this chapter describe a company of the redeemed in the immortal state, a scene which constitutes a part of the prophetic chain commencing with the first verse of chapter 12, and with which the chain of events closes. For no prophecy goes beyond the immortal state, and whenever we are brought in line of prophecy to the end of the world, we know that line there ends. And that what is introduced subsequently belongs to a new series of events. The revelation in particular is composed of these independent prophetic chains. It has already been set forth, of which fact previous to this instance, we have a number of examples. The messages described in these verses are known as the three angels' messages of Revelation 14. We are justified in applying them to the ordinals, first, second, and third by the prophets itself. For the last one is distinctly called the third angel, from which it follows that the one preceding was the second angel, and the one before that, the first angel. These angels are evidently symbolic, for the work assigned them is that of preaching the everlasting gospel to the people. But the preaching of the gospel has not been entrusted to literal angels. It has been committed unto men who are responsible for this sacred trust placed in their hands. Each of these three angels, therefore, symbolizes the body of religious teachers who are commissioned to make known to their fellow man the special truths which constitute the burden of these messages, respectively. But we are to consider further that angels literally are intensely interested in the work of grace among men, being sent forth to minister to all those who shall be heirs of salvation. And as there is order in all the movements and appointments of the heavenly world, it may not be fanciful to suppose that a literal angel has charge and oversight in the work of each message. Hebrews 1 verse 14, Hebrews, Revelation 1 verse 1, 22 and 16. In these symbols, we see the sharp contrast the Bible draws between earthly and heavenly things. Whenever earthly governments are to be represented, even the best of them, the most appropriate symbol can be found in a cruel and ravenous wild beast. But when the work of God is to be set forth, an angel, clad in beauty and girt with power, is taken to symbolize it. We will read the next time, the next paragraph. May God the Father and his only begotten divine Son, Jesus Christ, continue to bless you and to be gracious to you now and forevermore. I pray. Amen. Amen.